All right, guys. What's up? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a little bit different video. Obviously not V-Rising. If you remember, I did a similar video to this, kind of in regards to the game Raven's Watch. That was like a game to keep an eye on. I didn't necessarily recommend that game for right this very moment, but obviously in the future, when that game gets more content, it's absolutely going to be worth it. This game, on the other hand, is an absolute banger, as you can hear by this audio. I mean, come on. Are you serious? They went way too hard in this game on the audio. The music is immaculate. This is called The Last Spell by Ishtar Games. This is, if you are a fan of grid-based tactics games, as well as roguelike and roguelite games, this is the game for you. Little history about me. Obviously, I played all kinds of games. You know, growing up as a kid, I played everything in all genres. Racing games, shooting games, tactics games, RPGs, anything you can possibly imagine. I just loved them all. And recently, you know, a couple months ago, I actually not even a couple months, for over a year, I have just been thinking about, oh man, you know what game I really loved? Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. That game was absolutely amazing. And I have been looking far, you know, high and low, far and wide for a game that scratches that itch, because I love that game, but I've played it like 10 times, honestly. And I was looking around, I saw stuff like Octopath Traveler and all kinds of, you know, similar games like that, and people were recommending that. But then I would see reviews where they're like, hey, if you're looking for specifically just combat, this is not the game you're looking for. And I kept getting discouraged, until finally one day I just looked up like tactics games randomly. This is recently, and I saw this game suggested. And some more info. One of my favorite roguelite games of all time is Darkest Dungeon. This game is like a tactics game, like Final Fantasy Tactics and those similar types of games. Fire Emblem meets Darkest Dungeon. Now, I don't want to spoil anything in this game, like anything big. I'm just going to show you like the first level, what it looks like. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to cut the map. I don't want to spoil what the map looks like. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm just going to show you the first levels. So there's a tutorial level. Then there's a first level. I'm going to show you the first level. So I'm going to cut away to that now. Okay, so we are here in the first level. Just wanted to show really a small amount what this game looks like. You can see here, obviously, if you play any kind of tactics games whatsoever, then you'll notice this, you know, oh, this must be where the enemies are coming from. So a little bit unique style about this game is it's not really just tactics. So it's tactics, it's roguelike and like you know, Darkest Dungeon-esque, where your characters can just die. You get different characters every time you start a map, with varying stats. You know, if you played Darkest Dungeon, I can't remember my hotkeys. I'm not even gonna. There we go. Okay, so we have like these little, you know, these little traits right here. You know, they give you different bonuses. So this one gives you a trinket slot, gives you some armor, but you lose a little bit of resistance. Some reliability, which is like your damage variance, accuracy. Pretty obvious what that is. But then 2 left feet, here's a negative trait, you lose 10% dodge. So that's a pretty solid dodge loss. You have obviously your other stats here, action points, move points. Again, if you've played any kind of tactics game, this should not be something you are unfamiliar with, because these are it's very similar to a lot of games like that in terms of how those stats go. Grid-wise, you know, we have a little grid here. And the game is set into different phases, so we're in like the planning phase. So this guy here, I'm going to go ahead and look at what he has. Okay, so he's got a gun. He's a ranged character at the moment. So we're going to go like this. This guy, he's got a sword. We're going to take a little look. Okay, so he's got some of these. Okay, he's pretty versatile. Seems like he doesn't like really magic damage that much. We also have a perk tree. I'm not going to go through everything here. But suffice to say, I will say this. You know, these different style of perks, they can actually vary depending on what perks you get. So for instance, here's the assassination tree, I think is what they call it. Or maybe it's the ranged tree. That's right. This is the ranged tree, and the other one's the assassination tree. I don't have anyone with the assassination tree, it looks like. But yeah, they get different skills. You'll look at, I'm going to click through really slowly. Just like, let's say you just look here at this line, at this tree here, and you'll see they're going to change as I go through them. See, so some of the abilities on that line change. So each character is different. Each character is unique. Eventually we get to the point where we'll have, we have this, I don't have the inn actually. Duh, I forgot I have to build that. But you'll get an inn, you'll get more characters. We're going to go with this. Okay, this guy's a melee character. We'll set him over here. And here's a little mage right here, a little druid staff. And then, okay, we'll look over here. Okay, he looks like he likes physical damage. He's got a poison tree. Okay, we'll go like this. All right, so we're just going to go through one little wave here. I'm going to turn up the volume on the audio because the audio is legitimately insane. I mean, I know a lot of times it doesn't matter to some people, but music in games to me can be the difference between like, oh, this game's pretty good and this is like the most epic game I've ever played. And the music in this game is utterly insane. They knocked it out of the park, so it sets the scene very well. So we're gonna go ahead here, obviously get some movement points. Here's my little ranged guy, or my little melee guy here. You see we have these different abilities. We have melee, different movement ability types. So this is a momentum ability. It says like the more I move, the more damage I do. But then once I do that damage with the momentum skill, all of my bonus damage gets reset, which is why we have stuff like this. So I'll show you what it looks like. All right, we killed that guy. We used our momentum. We're going to dash through this guy. We're over here. Now we built up a little more momentum. And you'll see over on the right side, it says final damage, 196 to 241. I'm just going to hit this guy. And with the same move, I'm going to look at this. Now it's 109 and 134. So momentum was building up, and now it's a little bit weaker. And I still got the kill, but you get you get the idea. Stabilize. All right, so look, I'm a little bit too far. Honestly, I'm a little too close to these guys. So I'm going to move back. I'll probably take some damage next turn. Actually, look, so I made a mistake. Let's say I didn't want to move. We're going to go ahead and cancel the last move. I'm going to use one move here. Yeah, let's just move this move here. All right, so we killed that guy. And now I'm going to move over here, and I have one action point left, so we're going to armor up and see if that can help us out a little bit. Next, we're going to go over to our magic dealer. You have all these different moves. I'm not trying to give you like a guide to every single thing here. I don't want to really spoil everything because, that way you guys can kind of figure it out on your own if this is something you like. We're going to hit these guys. They're all going to be slower with that move. And we'll do a little bit of damage to these guys. And so these guys are obviously super weak. And we don't want to use any more mana, so we'll just go ahead and evade up and move back one. Bring this guy right here. And we'll take a little shot. Take another shot. And I can't hit these guys because, as you can see, there's mist right here. And you can't, even though I can see these guys, I can't target them in the mist. So that's our turn there. We'll go like this. And we'll end our turn. Now, what's cool about this game is it's a mix between all those things I described, and it's a wave defense. So they're going to hit me. All right, didn't take any damage. Only took some damage on my armor. No big deal. That armor gets healed every turn. As you can see, I'm back to good. 78 of 78. And we're looking here. Those guys are only attacking on this direction. We have all these other directions, and we haven't seen anything there yet. But we will go ahead and just keep... I'm just going to do one more turn here just to give you an idea. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the game. So let's use some mana this time. We're going to use Blade Rush. Oh, we can't actually because there's a guy right here. So we'll go like this. So this is not an ideal move usage right now, but I'll show you what it does. Big damage. A little bit of mana and action points just for the sake of being able to move there. Go like this. And we'll hit this person here. So remember, we talked about momentum. It builds up damage. Look how much damage we're doing now because I moved so much. 261 to 321. And now we're going to use the same move, and it's back to 109, 134. So you can see how these different skills kind of have different uses. You can also use some of your abilities to do like movements like that. If you can't get away, if you think you can't move very far, you can use that to move away. And then we have stuff like Suppressive Fire. We use Assassinate just to show you this is, this takes one movement, 2 mana, 2 action points. So this is like obviously a big damage move. Boom, that guy's dead. We'll go ahead and hit somebody with some blind fire here. We'll hit another guy. And we'll finish it off with a nice little rifle shot here. All right. And so we got this guy here. One more turn. You can see that. We'll go ahead and use this move here. One of my favorites is just a little thing that bounces between people and with bees. Just, you know, the Oprah Winfrey bee meme, kind of. That's kind of what's going on there. And just because I don't want these guys to jump my boy here, we're going to go ahead and hit them with a slow. All right. And last couple movement points, action point, we'll get our dodge up. Anyway, so hopefully that, you know, gives you an idea here. We'll end the turn here. And as you can see, more guys are coming. They're going to attack like crazy. This is just this knight here. And the knight kind of goes, you know, you can see here there's only 38 enemies left. So it looks like we're getting to the end of this knight. And I'll show you what happens at the end of that knight here. So I'll probably skip this section here. And you'll see, you know, what happens afterwards. So we are going to finish up real quick. And just finish off these last few enemies here. You can see there's one enemy left at the knight. And there we go. We've successfully defeated that wave, that knight of enemies. A couple rewards here. Some experience. Our guys have all leveled up. And we got some materials. And some gold. Some S ranks. Got a bunch of rewards. Let's get the animations real quick. Boom. Okay, easy peasy. No one got hurt. And they didn't get close to our town. Now you can see the, you know, this little thing right here ticked up. You'll have to play the game to figure out what that is. And look, now the enemies are not attacking from this side. They're actually attacking from this side now. So obviously I would naturally want to move my guys over here. This is a kind of a preparation phase. But also we got some money and we can do things, you know, we go over here. Obviously we can upgrade our guys. Okay, let's upgrade him. He gives another action point. That's really, really good. We're going to use that. And what else we got? This is our sword guy. So maybe we get some more momentum up. All right, perk wise, we're gonna look here. Okay, we can unlock a perk. So let's just see. Generally, what you want to do, first of all, with your perks, it's really hard to wrap your head around every single thing and how it works. There's so much synergy that you can build here, and there's so much you can do with a single character, as well as just like knowing, like, okay, having a vision of where you want to end up with that character with a style of weapon. So for instance, this guy, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I want to do momentum. So maybe I want to look and see, okay, what can I do here that'll be really good to increase my momentum? So like, for instance, but then on top of that, you'll see stuff like this, where it's like, okay, get armor, you lose health regen. Maybe that's something I want if he's moving in melee range. Maybe I want to use something like that, right? But then there's stuff like poison. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have any plans to use poison on this guy, well, then this tree, you kind of just want to ignore it. Steady aim, range, maybe mana growth. This is pretty good. So generally, I'm just going to use mana growth here because in general, this is pretty solid. Every level he gets more max mana. Mana is fun. Mana makes you do big bang moves. So we'll go ahead and give him that. And we'll go to our next guy. So she's ranged. All right, range. What are we going to do? Okay, accuracy, that's pretty good. Obviously, blue is higher than the, you know, gray ones or the common ones as common, and then rare here. But that doesn't mean you necessarily have to pick it every time. But yeah, accuracy for ranged, we like that. All right, go here. Physical damage, probably not good because we're ranged at the moment. Obviously, there's a lot more to this game than what I'm describing. There's a lot of high-level plans that you can do where you swap weapons before you even fight to match your traits as well as your perk trees first. But we're not gonna worry about that right now. We're gonna go opportunism because, you know, this is do more damage to people with status effects, and this character is really good at applying status effects. So we'll just go ahead and grab that. Perk-wise, she's ranged, but she doesn't seem to have the ranged tree. However, let's just say, okay, here's the assassination tree that I was mentioning. Here's the ranged, here's the assassination one. Cherry picking, it's not that good. Let's see here. We'll go with another mana growth. Might as well. And last but not least, our little caster here. She's doing the most casting for us. So we'll go ahead and grab some mana. And then next one here, reliability, not too good. Stun chance might be good. Magic damage, it's a little low of a roll, so maybe we re-roll. Boom. Poison damage. Well, this is a poisoner. This is a huge poison damage buff, so it's pretty easy to tell what we're going to pick there. And perks, well, let's see. Applies some poison to a unit. Also applies stun at a 50% chance. Well, that sounds pretty good because we apply poison with this move which is, whoops, this move, which is right here, which does propagation, meaning it's, you see at the bottom of this skill, it says propagation, 85%, x5 or times 5. That means it's going to bounce 5 times before it stops. Everyone it touches gets poisoned. So you know what? Everybody gets poisoned and stunned. That sounds pretty good. We'll go ahead and get that. So anyway, then also on top of that, we can build new structures. Maybe we want to build another house, you know, so we get more workers. There's a lot to this game they'll explain. There's a lot of, you know, things that you can do. I'm just doing this just to show you. Yeah, we built some houses. That sounds good. Maybe you want to, you know, you want to use a worker. We have 4 workers now. And you know what? This thing's in the way. We want some stuff for it. I want some gold. So let's use our 4 workers to get some golden materials. Then we have some more gold to spend, more materials. Materials is used to upgrade your defenses. And gold is used to, you know, obviously do stuff in the shop. Here you can build more buildings, or you can go into the shop itself here. And maybe you find a really cool weapon like, oh, that looks really cool. It's a red legendary weapon here. Right off the bat is that maybe it's worth it, but it's 60 gold, and gold early on is super important. So you know what? Even though it looks really cool, I'm probably not going to get it. Here's another druid staff that looks a little bit better. It has +1 propagation bounces. That's pretty solid. And we have some swords. We have some 2-handed swords, some armor with buffs and stuff. You get the idea. I'm just gonna skip here. We have a little nightly reward. If you get, you know, if you do well enough, you get a nightly reward here. You can pick from one of these 3. That's really good. 2 movement speed, 1 propagation bounce is pretty solid, and that one's not too good. We're gonna go ahead and grab this. We'll put that on our. Where are you? There. We'll put on this on her because she likes to move with momentum. We'll give her more movement. And now this is kind of pointless. Let's go ahead and. Whoops. Wait, hold on. I can't remember how to. What am I? I can't sell this. I feel like I should be able to sell this. Oh, wait, I'm scrolling up. That's why. I was like, why can't I see? Okay. Anyway, okay, so let's say we've decided that this here is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to, you know, we want to save our money. Maybe we want to save our materials. We just want to jump into the next fight right away. You hit the end phase. And now we're in the little, again, the final prep phase. And we do this, and what do you know? The night begins again from another side. And we got more guys here. And the bangers keep on rolling in. I mean, come on. Does it get any better? We'll go ahead and hit somebody with a shot. Boom. You can't. How can you not hit somebody with a shotgun whenever the music is going this hard? All right, we're gonna hit somebody else. Anyway, you get the point. Turn it down again here. It's just so good. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I just wanted to kind of showcase this. Game is absolutely amazing. It's single player at the moment. There's no kind of like PvP or anything, but it is just, it's super fun. I have about 70 hours in it or so at the moment. Planning on playing it a lot more. So I just wanted to showcase this. For me, these are the kind of games that I adore. I love stuff like this. And I really, if you like tactics games and you like strategy stuff like this, as well as brutal, you know, one life kind of style playthroughs where you only have the 1 life on that character, and if he dies, he's gone. If you like that, then yeah, this is the game for you. So that's gonna do it. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will catch you in the next one.